What's going on, guys? Jordan here, coming back at you again with another episode of Beer Views. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a blind beer battle. This time, it's going to be Natural Light versus Real American Beer. Both of these beers are coming in at 4.2% ABV, and they are both light lagers. Interestingly enough, about the Real American Beer, this has been my go-to beer for the past 3 weeks. There's two reasons for that. Number one, it's a very delicious light beer. Really, really good. And for two, it's cheaper than Miller Lite and Coors Light, which were my other two go-to beers that I would swap back and forth week to week. But I started buying these because these are about $12.06 or $12.08. I can't remember. Maybe $12.10, something like that, after tax. So that's cheaper than $14.50-something for a 12-pack of Bud Light and Miller Lite. Or not Bud Light and Miller Lite, but Coors Light and Miller Lite. So it's kind of a no-brainer. I would say probably better tasting, a little bit more flavor, cheaper. So why not go with the Real American Beer? So that's what I've been doing. I've been buying 12 packs of these on the weekends instead of Bud Light, or not Bud Light. I keep saying Bud Light. I don't know why I keep saying Bud Light. Miller Lite or Coors Light. But Bud Light's probably around the same price as well. But that's besides the point. Natural Light versus Real American Beer. We're going to see if I can decide, if I can figure out which one's which, and if I prefer one over the other. I have a feeling I'm going to prefer the Real American Beer over the Natural Light, but that's why I'm doing a blind taste test to figure out if that's the case. Now, the Natural Light is a 16-ounce can. This is a 12-ounce can. Reason I have this is because sometimes I do top-ups. If I have several beers in the fridge, I don't need to go buy a whole new 12-pack. I just go and buy a 4-pack of these 16-ounce cans, and that's my top-up on my beer. So that's what we're going to be doing. Both of these have their own labeled cup here. We got the NL for Natural Light, RAB for the Real American Beer. So let's go ahead and pour the Real American Beer first, since it's the 12-ounce can, and I got to match it with this 16-ouncer here. So let's go ahead and pop the top and get it into the cup. Again, I like to pour these as easy as possible, not to generate too much of a head, because if one beer has a head and the other one doesn't, then it's a dead giveaway that that's that beer. So that's why I do it the way I do it. So just nice and gentle. Don't want to generate much of a head at all. Perfect. All right. A little bit of hair on my cup. I have 2 dogs, so there's going to be hair probably all over my shirt, desk, on the beer, in the beer. You know how it is. If you guys own dogs, you know how it is. That's actually not hair on this one. This is plastic fiber coming off of the cups. These are just cheap plastic cups I get from Walmart, but they do the job. They do the trick. And that way I don't have to dirty up 2 different glasses and then find a piece of tape to stick on the bottom of a glass because the Sharpie won't write on the glass. It's a pain. But let's go ahead and pour this up. Now, last weekend, I actually did Natural Light versus the PBR, or the Pabst Light, and Natural Light won. The Pabst Light has not had a good track record here on this channel, as of God. Look at the difference in color. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of also a dead giveaway that I'm probably definitely going to pick the Real American Beer over the Natty Light. Just a little bit more there. Perfect. All right. So as you can see, the color on these things are way different. I hope this translates on the camera the way it does in real life, but it is absolutely, completely different. Really light, pale color here for the Natural Light, and a darker, richer, golden color for the Real American Beer. So yeah, that's already, so visually, if we're rating everything visually, the Real American Beer is definitely winning in terms of visuals. So they're both in the cups. They're both about the same level. So I'm going to close my eyes, get my mouse out of the way, get these cans out of the way, and I'm going to mix these up, and we are going to begin this blind beer battle between the Natural Light and Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer. So just mix these up a few times, make sure we forget exactly which orientation they were in, and then we will begin tasting them and seeing if I can figure out which one's which. That's the goal here. The goal is to see if I can decide, if I can figure out which one's which and which one I prefer. The one I like is going to be the winner. All right, so they're mixed up. I have no idea which beer is which. I'm just going to start with the beer on my right. So, excuse me. So cheers, beer number one. Natural Light versus Real American Beer. Trying to suppress a burp there. Cheers. Watery, crisp, clean, refreshing. Everything you want a light American adjunct lager to be. That's what this is. Just spilled some on my leg. Beer number two. Okay. This one seems to have a little bit heavier of a body to it. A little bit more of like a bready aftertaste. Like a like white bread crust almost. Like the aftertaste of that one. Back to beer number one. Not a whole lot going on with this one. This one just falls flat. Really refreshing, perfect lawn mowing beer. You know, just good drinking beer all around. But it definitely falls short of flavor compared to this one over here, which is already kind of telling me what I need to know here. Yeah, this one. It's also slightly cleaner of a taste. It's got that nice aftertaste, that white bread crust type finish on it. Both of these are super smooth and easy drinking. You could pound 12 of these, no problem. As far as it goes with flavor, the one that I'm definitely preferring is the beer to my left, which I believe is the Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer. It's kind of a no-brainer, actually. There's no way that this is not Natural Light. So I'm just going to open my eyes now. Well, that took an interesting turn. I was very confident that I had it figured out, and what did I say? I said this one was the Real American Beer. That's Natural Light, folks. That's Natural Light. This is that's the Real American Beer. Let's go back in for another taste, shall we? That's okay. That's confusing now. So like I said, this one has a little bit more of a bready, a white bread crust type of a finish to it. And this one kind of falls a little bit flatter. They're actually pretty similar in taste. This one just, I don't know. I mean, the results can't lie, folks. Right now, in this moment, and now that one doesn't taste as good. Okay. Now it's this one that has the most flavor. Going back and forth just wrecks your fucking palate. You don't know which is which. It's just... They both start to taste similar is what I mean. Excuse me. So, what can I say? The results don't lie. Natural Light has defeated Real American Beer in the blind beer battle. So in the blind beer battle, Natural Light, without a doubt, has won the beer battle, dethroning Real American Beer. Now, I did Real American Beer against Coors Light, and Real American Beer won, no problem. Look at the lacing difference. It's crazy, but this looks so much better. But now, see, now that they're warming up, especially now that they're warming up, the Real American Beer tastes better than the Natural Light. Now that they're warming up and more flavors are actually being able to come out and not being so muted by being cold, the Real American Beer is definitely tasting better at this stage. But in the beginning, it was the opposite. Therefore, it's the ruling stands. Natural Light wins it. I'm just saying, if you're drinking beer, if it's sitting there, I don't chug beer. I drink beer. I drink a 12-pack in a night. And, you know, I'm sipping on beer. I'm just drinking beer casually. It's going to warm up on you a little bit. So I'm just saying, I would still personally prefer to pick up the Real American Beer for myself personally. And that's what I will continue to do. Natural Light will, of course, be in rotation, especially as a top-up beer. But I'm just saying that this stuff tastes better long term. It may have lost the beer battle, but it is still going to be my go-to beer. So they both win in a way. Natural Light wins the blind beer battle, but in the long term, I think Real American Beer wins simply because it just tastes better as it warms up. So, and like I said, the color difference is insane. This one's more flavorful as it warms up. This one, a little less flavorful. Until it's really cold. I don't know. It's confusing because the colder something is, the less you taste of it. Anyway, that's the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed my rambling there. Natural Light is the winner of this blind beer battle. The lacing is absolutely gorgeous on that. You can't deny that. So, this one wins in appearance, color-wise. This one wins lacing-wise. This one wins the blind beer battle. But this one wins in overall taste. Basically, I would say this one is more reliable when it comes to flavor over this one. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to blind taste test them warm, obviously. You know what? Let's have fun. Let's play a little bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this one more time. Now that they've warmed up, I will blind taste test both beers and see which one is the best. Gonna take only one drink per cup. So let's go round 2 for the final verdict of which light beer is better. Natural Light or the Real American Beer. I'm sorry this is such a long video. Hope you guys still enjoy it. I'm gonna go with the beer to my left this time. Cheers. 1 sip per cup. Okay. I prefer the taste of this beer. That's the Real American Beer. That's what I'm talking about. As it warms up, a lot more flavors come out. It just tastes better. Now I'm confused. What do I do? You know what? You know what? This is my channel. These are my rules. So guess what we're going to do? Tonight, there is no winner. We're going to give it a draw for Real American Beer and Natural Light. Pick up whichever one you guys want. They are both pretty cheap brews to pick up. You get a few more beers with the Natural Light than you do the Real American Beer. But they are both great choices. I'm just saying, me personally, the Real American Beer tastes better as it warms up. So, that's the very strange, unorthodox beer battle. Hope you guys still enjoyed it. I'm going to shut up now and do the outro. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit me with a thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on anything you would like me to try in the future, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to try to find it and give it a review. As always, until next time, cheers. Cheers, and thanks for watching.